Here is the article for today. 今日は2025年8月14日。大阪・関西万博地下鉄が止まって帰ることができなかった。大阪・関西万博。So, 万博 is like the world or international exposition. Osaka Expo, I believe is what it's mostly called. So, Osaka and Kansai region, which is where Osaka is. So, Osaka Kansai Banpaku. So, the World Expo or the Osaka Expo. 地下鉄が止まって帰ることができなかった。So, 地下鉄, if you look at the kanji here, we have 地下, underground. And then 鉄道 is like a railroad, but shortened to 鉄 here. So, 地下鉄 is the subway. 地下鉄が止まって、the form of 止まる to stop or cease running in this case. 帰ることができなかった。帰る to go home. ことができる in the negative past. So, ことができる with a verb means to be able to do something. Here we have ことができなかった. So, people were not able to make it home. So, for the Osaka Expo in Kansai, the subway had stopped running, ceased operating for a while, and people were unable to make it home. So let's listen to the native speaker, give you time to read through the article yourself, then we'll break it down together.
大阪・関西万博の会場と大阪の街の間を走る地下鉄が止まりました。たくさんの人が家に帰ることができなくなりました。この地下鉄は昨日の夜9時半ごろ、停電で運転できなくなりました。万博の会場にはまだ3万人ぐらいいました。たくさんの人が家に帰ることができなくなって、会場の中に泊まった人もいました。具合が悪くなって病院に運ばれた人が30人以上いました。万博を開いている団体は、たくさんの人が大変だったと思いますと話して謝りました。
Here we go. 大阪・関西万博の会場と大阪の街の間を走る地下鉄が止まりました。We have 大阪・関西万博 the Osaka Expo の会場。会場 is like a meeting place or for an event, like grounds for an event. と大阪の街の間を走る地下鉄。So all of this is describing the 地下鉄。So 地下鉄 the subway which runs 走る between. So if you want to use 間 to say between two different places, you say blank と blank の間. So here we've got this subway that runs between the grounds for the Osaka Expo and Osaka no machi, the town or the city in Osaka, が止まりました。So 止まる stopped, ceased operations. たくさんの人が家に帰ることができなくなりました。So たくさんの人 many people が家に帰るgo home ことができなくなりました。So ことができる in the negative here would be we're unable to make it home. And then with できる in the negative, you'll often see it in the kunaru form here. So when we use kunaru, means something is changing states. Okay? So normally you'd be able to go home. But this ことができなくなりました changes from ことができない to ことができなくなりました saying that some change took place where now people were unable to make it home. この地下鉄は13日の夜9時半ごろ停電で運転できなくなりました。この地下鉄は this subway 13日の夜9時半ごろ So on the night of the 13th 夜 night 9時半ごろ around 9:30 停電で運転できなくなりました So 運転できなくなる You can see we have again is できなくなりました stopped being able to operate. That's what 運転 is. You might have learned 運転 as to drive, but 運転する is also when something operates. So here, the train was unable to operate. We couldn't get it running, right? And then this で tells us the reason why. So 停電 is a power outage. So due to a power outage, the train, the subway, was unable to move or operate as usual. 万博の会場にはまだ3万人ぐらいいました。So 万博の会場 the grounds, the expo には within that place or at that place. まだ3万人ぐらいいました。So still existed いる3万人ぐらい。So 30,000 people were still at the grounds of the expo. たくさんの人が家に帰ることができなくなって、会場の中に泊まった人もいました。たくさんの人が many people 家に帰ることができなくなって same phrase 帰ることができない can't make it home and this くなる but then we use the te form to say we're unable to make it home and 会場の中に泊まった人もいました。There were also people also existed 人もいる人もいました。And what kind of people? 会場の中に泊まった人 people who stayed inside or at that ground. So here the 会場 is probably like a building since it says 会場の中に泊まった人もいました。There were also people who stayed there at the grounds or the event place. 具合が悪くなって病院に運ばれた人が30人以上いました。So, 具合, this is an interesting word here. 具合 is like your condition, but it can also be health state. So, 具合が悪い means you feel ill or you just are not healthy. Right? But then we have this くなる. So once again, this changing state between feeling good and not feeling good. So 具合が悪くなって people whose health got worse or they started feeling ill 病院に運ばれた人が30人以上いました。So 病院に運ばれた人運ぶ is to carry. This is the passive past tense. So 運ぶ運ばれた So people who were carried to the hospital were taken to the hospital 病院30人以上いました So there were 30 or more people So there were more than 30 people who ended up being carried to the hospital after they started feeling ill 万博を開いている団体はたくさんの人が大変だったと思います。と話して謝りました。So 団体 is the group or organization. So 団体 what kind of 団体万博を開いている。So the people who are running the expo, the group who is running the expo はたくさんの人が大変だったと思います。A lot of people was really rough for those people, right? 大変だったと思います。I think a lot of people were inconvenienced. It was very rough on a lot of people, this experience. と話して they said this 謝りました。謝る is to apologize, so that's in the past tense. 謝る、謝りました。So, that is it for our article today, and I will plan on seeing you tomorrow. また明日。